Ladies and gentlemen, Vince VXD D'Agostino.
What year did I start? I was introduced to the business at a young age through my uncles who were members at the CBOE. I got a job running for First Options in high school as a senior at summer. I remember seeing the trading floor for the first time, and it wasn't, I can't say that I was in awe of it. I thought it was pretty interesting, but if you've ever been down to an options floor, it's a pretty cerebral place. It's not as loud as you would think an exchange floor would be. Those are the smartest guys in the building, so there's a lot of more thinking going on than screaming. After going to college and a brief stint in Las Vegas running a nightclub, I realized that I wanted to come back and get into trading. Thought I was going to do it through my uncles and realized they were retiring. So the guy that owned the nightclub, his younger brother, was trading down at the Mercantile Exchange in the S&P 500 futures. And he said, why don't you go see my brother and see what he's doing? So that was my first introduction to the CME. And the first day I walked on that floor, I was like, wow, this is a whole new, this is completely different than what I remember at the CBOE. And it was more my speed. I remember just instantly walking in and saying, this is it. So that was 1997. I clerked for approximately a year. Then took, I think at the time it was $10,000. And I put $50,000 of my father's money in a T-bill. And the clearing firm that I was going through thought that the gentleman I worked for was backing me. I was not supposed to touch that 50 grand, and in less than 3 months I had gone through all but 5,000 of it. And I remember walking around outside at the Merc, down the river, gave myself a pep talk, went back in there and never looked back. My most memorable moment, there was a couple. One was the first trade I made. I just remember thinking I was all confident and had no inhibitions about going in there my first day, and then getting on the step and couldn't open my mouth. Was shaking and trembling. But ended up making money my first day. And second one was a young trader. As a young trader, markets were flying around, and instinct, I was still a smaller trader, and I hit a broker on 100 lot, which was a huge position, just on instinct, and offered it down to the point where I made $250,000 on the trade. And that was probably my most wow moment. There were a lot of bad moments that are memorable, but we won't talk about those. The most important thing a trader needs, money, discipline. I'm sure you've heard all that, but I also think you have to be fearless. I think if you're a person who's scared, this is not the business for you, because you get paid to do things that other people think are completely crazy. And so I think you definitely need to be fearless. Funniest memory? There are so many. I can't put a finger on one. Every day down there on that floor is a ball-busting moment. So I can't really put one down. My favorite charity, Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. I have 3 cousins who unfortunately have the disease, and so I've raised over probably $2 million in my lifetime for that cause, and we're still at it. So far everybody's in decent health, so we're thankful for that, and thanks for the interview.